Have you ever wondered if you can land a plane in a hijack situation? Well, we've all seen the Hollywood movies, so I've come down to FlyMe Airlines to see if I can land a Boeing plane under a hijack situation. Yeah, you bet you're wondering why I'm wearing this as well, aren't you? I've always wanted to do that. Watch the video.
Hey up guys, how's I doing? Back on road again. Tearing his family and chucking my lamb chop.
This is a hijack. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Can anybody hear me?
Can you just tell me who you are, please?
Yeah, my name's Ben Pearson. I'm a police officer. The pilot's been killed. It's been a hijack situation. We are safe. There's no tourists now on board that are active, and I'm the person behind the flight controls, and I need help to land the plane, please.
Okay, Ben, that's all copied. Just try to stay calm. Have you got any flying experience at all?
Apart from watching Top Gun, nothing at all. I think, has that just popped on? It just says, I think that might have just popped on, or is that my eyes?
What's that you're seeing?
Above my head it says low pressure, low pressure. Something's just come on now saying fuel as well.
Okay.
Low pressure on the fuel pumps, cross feed, and on the dashboard in front of me it says caution, master caution, push to reset fuel.
Alright, so can you just, of the screens that are in this in front of you, there should be one in the middle with some sort of gauge looking instruments on there.
On the dashboard, so to speak?
Yeah, on the instrument panel in front of you, so there's five displays altogether. The middle display of the five.
It's black and it's got like radar beam things on it.
Alright, so it should be to the right hand side, that's the nav display.
Right.
So come to the right hand side of that, there should be one in the centre of that instrument panel.
Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
Okay, to the bottom right of that screen there should be a fuel gauge.
It says total 7.8, it says fuel 3.9, 00, 3.900.
Okay, so that's the left and right wing tanks and the centre tank. The centre tank, if it's got nothing in it, more than likely what you're seeing, the centre tank fuel pumps have run dry because there's nothing in that tank.
Does that mean we're going to crash?
No, that means you're going to crash. You're just going to have to turn the fuel pumps off. So the two respective switches below those lights.
Over my head?
Yeah, over your head. If you move you have to pull them out and move them to the up. So move them to sort of up position, that's it. Those lights should go out.
Right, all lights have gone out, yeah.
Yep, so that's switch those fuel pumps off. That's totally fine, it's nothing to worry about. That's just a caution to let you know that the fuel's run dry in that tank.
I've started shaking. I don't like this at all. I do not like this at all now.
Alright, so it looks like the aircraft's not descending. What we need to do is start bringing it down to 3,500 feet. Okay, so what we're going to do is
right,
back up on the panel that you've been using before. We're going to refer that to the mode control panel.
The one that the big dashboard at the top.
That's right.
Right.
Yep, so the panel that had the heading, the course.
Yep.
Yep. So you said that 3,500 feet was set up in there. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. What I want you to do is hit a mode called level change, and that's LVLCHG.
LVLCHG. I can see it.
Okay. If you press the button.
Yep, it goes on to Mach 7.4.
Okay, right. That will change to a different number when the aircraft gets a little bit lower. But can you just confirm that the aircraft's descending?
Oh yeah, we're going down. We're going down. We're going down.
Okay, so don't panic. So the aircraft's descending, and it's maintaining Mach 0.74 at the minute, descending down to 3,500.
Does that mean we're going the same speed?
We're going the same speed. Eventually, I'm going to talk you through slowing the aircraft down.
That's like we're going to be a missile now, aren't we? Aren't we heading down towards ground at a stupid speed?
We are descending at quite a high speed, yes.
Right.
So in a moment, we're going to start to slow the aircraft down.
Do I need to touch anything else?
You don't need to touch anything else at the moment. It's going to take a few minutes. It's probably going to take you about 15 minutes to descend from this altitude.
Right, I've gone really warm now and I don't like this.
Okay, so just try to stay calm. Take some deep breaths. Everything's going as it should be for the moment, so you just need to stay nice and relaxed.
And it feels like we're getting very low very quickly.
Yeah, so the aircraft's just descending. It will look like that, but it's totally normal.
Right, we are over 300 with our airspeed.
Yep, so the airspeed's just changing just because of the altitude, and it has an effect on the airspeed.
Right.
So what you're seeing there is normal.
We're turning.
Okay, so what I want you to do, just don't worry at the minute, because the aircraft's not going to descend any lower than 3,500 feet. I want you to find me the heading selector again, so the display that says the heading in it.
Got it, yeah.
Yeah, and just come down, there should be a button that says HDG SEL.
Got it.
Can you read me the numbers that are in the heading window?
Nothing. 000.
Okay, just press the button for me, just for now.
Yep.
Get you back on in the direction you were going.
We're leveling off. We're leveling off.
Yeah, that's right. So the aircraft's turning back around to that heading of 000. That represents north.
Right, yeah, because we're going right now.
Yeah, so you're turning back to the right. You're just going to head back north. We're going to give you some directions to fly in a moment, which requires turning the knob, which is just below that heading window.
Right, yeah.
So just stand by just for a moment. We're going to let the aircraft come back around onto that heading.
And we're at 3,500 feet.
Okay, is that altitude changing at all? Or
It's just going back to 3,520 now. Hang on. And we're at 220 speed.
Okay, so the aircraft's levelled off now
Yep.
at 3,500 feet. I want you to find me the heading selector again up on the panel, and turn it to the right so it says 052 degrees.
052.
That's right.
We're turning.
That's okay, so the aircraft should be rolling around to the right. And we can see that as well, that you're turning to the right.
It feels like we're going down. Feels like we're going down.
No, the aircraft's not, we're not showing you as descending. Can you just confirm that you still see 3,500?
3,500, yeah.
That's okay. What I want you to do is, in the centre of the flight deck, there should be some levers.
Yep.
So there's two big ones in the middle that stick up. So that you'll probably see those moving around. They're the throttles. I don't want you to touch those for the moment. Okay. To the left side of that, there should be one called speed brake.
Yep.
Okay, so not going to touch that. To the right hand side, there should be one that says flap on top of it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so the flap is in a gated its motion's gated. In other words, you can only select it into sort of detents.
Yep.
And there should be some numbers at the side of those detents. You should start at 0 and finish at 40.
Yep.
Okay, what I want you to do is lift the lever directly up and move it to 1. And it should drop in that detent.
Yep, it's got it to 1.
What I want you to do now is move the flap lever again to 15. You can ignore the 10.
Flap is in 15.
Okay, and then wind. So using the ISMAC selector, select the number 15 on the airspeed. We'll line it up with the number.
Yep.
That's correct.
149. We're at 3,000 and we have level back to 3,500 feet.
Okay, that's looking good.
And we're now at 143 speed.
Okay, what I want you to do is we're going to set the aircraft up for the ILS. Okay, so by the side of the heading selector there should be a mode that says VOR-LOC. A button, should I say it?
VOR-LOC,
yeah. I want you to press that button in.
Yep.
Okay, the aircraft's going to steer itself onto the runway centre line automatically.
Right.
Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to slow down to our approach speed. So I want you to select 30 degrees of flap. So move the flap lever to number 30.
Flaps 30.
Okay, you should see a green text that says ref.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. I want you to move the box down to that position and then add 5 back onto whatever number that is.
So that's add 5.
What you're seeing in the display.
129.
Okay, so set 134.
Yep.
That's fine. Any moment now, so in the next few moments, the aircraft's going to make a turn around to the right.
Right.
And it's going to line itself up with the runway. You should see, when that starts happening, you should see on the horizon display in front of you, you should see a little green box coming in from the left.
I can, yeah.
Okay, can you see that now?
I can, yes.
Okay, so that's what we call the localizer. That's going to guide the aircraft left and right, keep it down the centre line of the runway. In a moment, the aircraft's going to turn to the right.
Am I meant to see the runway now?
You may or may not see it from this distance out.
Right.
Okay, the next thing we need to do is we're going to arm at the approach mode, which is going to get you coming down towards the runway. Now, the button that you found before where it said VOR LOC, that's lit in, it should be lit in green.
Yep.
Underneath it, there should be a button that says APP.
Yep.
Okay, I want you to press that button.
Yep.
Okay.
So will this plane land itself then, or do I have to land it?
Ordinarily it would do, but as we've established, there's an issue with the right-hand autopilot, so
Right.
we need both autopilots to land the aircraft, so you're going to have to land it manually.
Right, okay. Tell me what I need to be doing now.
The primary flight display, which is the display with the horizon display in
Yep.
front of you, there should be 2 pink diamonds, one below the display and one to the right-hand side of it.
2 pink diamonds?
Yeah, 2 small pink diamonds.
I can see one at the bottom of the display.
And then to the right, to the slightly left
Yep,
of the
I
altitude.
can see that,
Yeah,
yep.
okay. If they're both in the centre, which it shows to us that they should be,
Yep.
okay, that is you established on the glide slope and established on the localizer, which means you're coming down at the right angle and you're in line with the runway.
Right, okay.
So we're going to leave the auto throttle in to take care of the speed.
Right.
You're going to have to disconnect the autopilot, okay?
So do I hold the steering wheel thing yet?
Yeah, so you're going to put both hands on the steering controls. Before you do,
Yep.
I need you to get familiar with how to disconnect the auto throttle, because you're going to have to do that when you land the aircraft.
Right.
So the 2 levers in the centre of the cockpit.
These, the throttle bits?
Yeah,
Yep.
the 2 throttles. There's a button where your right thumb would be sort of naturally go to. You should so don't press it, but you should feel a button there.
Yep, I can see the button.
Okay, I'm going to tell you when to. You're going to have to press that button in. Okay.
Right, okay.
All right. I'm going to tell you when that's going to be. So don't worry about it for now.
Yep.
But what I need you to do is keep an eye that the airspeed stays at 134.
It's 134, yep.
Okay. So to disconnect the auto throttle, the autopilot,
Yep.
your left thumb that should
Yep.
be over a little thumb rest.
Yep.
So if you just have a look on the control column that you've got your left hand on,
Yep.
there should be a button slightly to the right of your left thumb that says autopilot disengage.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, if you double click that,
And that's it, we're off.
that turns the autopilot off.
Right, so I've got a red flashing thing, it's gone off now.
Yeah, that's all right. Has the audible sound gone off?
There's no sound
Okay,
on.
that's good.
So am I flying now?
You're flying the aircraft now.
So am I meant to try and keep these diamonds straight?
Yeah, so you see the white box?
Yep.
And you just keep it in the middle of that.
Whoa,
pink
whoa,
cross.
whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, it's moving, it's moving.
What I want you to do is ignore what you're seeing on displays, just look out the window to the runway.
So just look at the runway.
Yeah. So you're just deviating slightly right of the centre line, so just roll the aircraft to the left just a little bit.
How do I know that?
So the runway should start to move back to the centre.
Of the centre windscreen?
In the windscreen, yeah. Okay, that's looking good. Just keep the aircraft level there.
How do I know I'm level?
So you should be, it should, out the windscreen, you should be able to sort of tell that the wings are level with the horizon.
It feels like we're coming in fast here, kid.
We can see your airspeed, that's looking pretty good to us. If it's still showing 134 on your display,
Yep.
that's fine. If anything, you just need to come back to the left a little bit.
To the left?
Yeah, just slightly to the left. And now you're just showing to us, it's looking like you're getting a little bit on the high side, so just point the nose down just a little bit by pushing forwards in the controls. Now, as you get closer to the runway, there should be 2 big white squares painted on the runway.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you might see a dark patch where it
Yep.
looks like the tyre marks are. There should
Yep.
be 2 white squares there on
Yep.
the side. I want you to point the nose of the aircraft towards those squares.
Yep. We're coming in now, we're coming in.
Yeah, that's okay, you're doing good. Just come around to the left a little bit.
We're coming in.
Keep doing what you're doing, just come around to the left a touch more. And now you just need to lower the nose a little bit more. Now Ben, what I want you to do is put your right hand on the throttle levers.
Yep.
Press that button in.
Pressed in.
Yeah, okay, you've turned the other throttle off. Just keep the levers where they are for now. Okay. And just gently raise the nose. Pull the levers all the way back. All the way to the back. That's it. Okay, now you're going to need to press your rudder pedal to the left slightly. That's it, and then just adjust that to keep the aircraft on the centre line.
We are down! Yeah, baby. Come on.
Well done.
Woohoo! Oh, I've just got sweat coming down my back. Oh, fantastic.
Okay, what I need you to do, Ben,
Yeah.
is can you just set as we're going to get you to set the parking brakes. If you press both brake pedals down together, so if you put your feet on the pedals that you've got in front of you, if you put your feet right up on them, you should feel that they actually rock forward. Press them right forward.
Yep.
There should be a big lever, so like a switch that says pull on it by the left hand side of the throttles.
Yep.
Pull that back, there should be a red light lights up.
Yep.
Now you can take your feet off the pedals.
So are you locked in now then?
Now the parking brake's on, it's like the handbrake in a car, yeah.
Right, so am I done?
You can take your hand off that.
How do I turn everything off or just leave it?
Yeah, we're going to get you to shut the engines down. Don't worry, all the power's going to go off in the flight deck, but you can shut the engines down.
Right.
Underneath the throttle levers, there should be 2 other sort of smaller levers.
Yep, can see them.
They're in a detent. You're going to have to pull them both out. Okay, and down to the bottom, right to the bottom. That's going to cut the fuel to the engines and shut the engines down.
Are we done?
And that's everything's. That just leaves it safe so we can get the doors open.
Can I do a running now? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ben Pearson. Welcome to Manchester. Thank you for flying Ben Pearson Airlines. Hope you have a safe journey. And don't forget to fly with us next time. Oh, absolutely buzzing, mate. Was that alright for you? So if you're ever in a tourist attack, phone me. I'll get you down in case you're right back out. And was that an alright landing first?
Yeah, it was it. So quite a firm landing. You saw the aircraft bounced.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have. It was not hard enough to do
damage
to cause the aircraft to break apart, if you like.
Right.
It would have been need an inspection, but
inspection.
It would have been a bunker.
But in theory, I've just saved 300 odd people.
Yes.
I'm fucking brilliant, me. You know what I mean? What more could you want from an hero? If you need to fly a plane, if you want to fly a plane, FlyMe Airlines, absolutely fantastic. All details are in below. Look them up now.
How do I look, Mike?
Yeah.
It's got you with a headlock.